Coed Monkey's last day. Oh, bye coedmonkey.com.
Hey everyone, it's Jason. It's February 28th, and I'm wearing a shirt for Pervasive Data Solutions again. Actually, I'm wearing a shirt that I got for free from Twerts. It's my Twitter name, at iwearyourshirt on Twitter. So I figured today, being that Pervasive Data Solutions works a lot with social media apps, websites, and kind of integrating these apps and creating these relationships with data and information and all that stuff, I would talk about Twitter today, just as a little how-to on Twitter. You can get a lot of this information on Twitter itself, on twitter.com. But if you're new to Twitter, if you haven't used Twitter before, or you're wondering why I use it, here's a little how-to and some tips that I've learned, some tools that I use to do what I've done. My Twitter name is iwearyourshirt, and I've amassed over 5,000 followers in just around 3 months' time. And I've done a lot of unique following, that's what I like to call it, whereas I actually check out the people that I follow. I don't just click through and follow tons of people. At least for the first 2,500 people, I definitely did that. I engage with them, and I know that because I sold probably about 60 to 70% of the first 6 months of iwearyourshirt.com on Twitter, through meeting people through Twitter, at replying to them, direct messaging to them, and it was just using Twitter. What is Twitter? Twitter is short sentences about stuff. So the big thing here is short sentences. Twitter lets you type 140 characters, and you can include links. You can reply to people, which means calling them out or speaking with them in a conversation, and you can message people directly. 2, you can follow people or network your butt off. This is the big key for me. Networking your butt off. It's amazing. Twitter gives you the ability to network with anybody. You can reach out to anybody in the world. The Real Shaq is on Twitter. Guy Kawasaki's on Twitter. Tim Ferriss, Kevin Rose. You can find them on Twitter. You can interact with them. You can try and reply them to chat with them. And the key there is to engage with new people. So I'm just going to highlight this. These kind of go together. Is you want to be engaging. You want to get involved with these people. You want to chat with them about what they're talking about. You don't just want to say, hey, I love your stuff. You know, be my friend, follow me. You definitely want to try and talk with them, get involved in a conversation. You have something to add, it's good. That's also how you create a following of your own. You want to engage with these people, you want them to talk to you so that people can see that you're a reputable person. Nearly unlimited support and help. This is an interesting one. I tonight was trying to post a picture through Twitter Phone, an application that I'll talk about in a second, and I couldn't do it. TwitPic gave me an error, so I quickly just jumped on there and just said, hey, is anybody else having a problem? Within a couple seconds, a lot of people have said, yeah, hey, TwitPic is down, they're down for maintenance. I couldn't have checked that on my phone. So great for support and help. You can ask questions about anything, and you can also search for anything that you might need help with, which is down here in tips. So next one, hours of addictive fun. Definitely hours of addictive fun. You like how this worked out, a little pattern here? Hours of addictive fun. You can read tons of tweets from really interesting people. Fun people that are, you know, hilarious or incredibly smart, whatever you would like to read on there. Some tips on using Twitter. So some tips that I've learned and that most people probably know if they're on Twitter, but if you haven't used it, use @reply wisely. So I'm just going to highlight use @reply because you should use @reply wisely, but you should make sure that if someone follows you, you get an email in your inbox that says, hey, so-and-so is following you, instead of sending them a direct message or do anything else, @reply to them. Take the time to read their Twitter page, find something interesting that you can engage with, @reply to them and say, hey, thanks for following me and checking this out. Which leads me right here. Do not auto direct message. The whole thing gets circled in an arrow. I absolutely hate this. I don't know if it's maybe just a pet peeve of mine, but I know a lot of people on Twitter hate auto direct messages. I tend to unfollow people if I get a direct message from them that says, hey, thanks for the follow. I wear your shirt. You can read my ebook here. It's just garbage. It's spam, basically, and it really is distracting. So don't do it. Use the direct message feature. If you're talking to someone, if you're replying and the conversation gets a little long, just take it to direct messages. It's good Twitter etiquette. Be personal and show effort. Showing effort is a big thing, like I was just talking about. You want to make sure that you're getting involved with people, that you're taking the time to read about what they're talking about. It goes a long way. People will really appreciate it. Create interesting content. Creating interesting content doesn't necessarily mean posting funny video clips. This would just be mentioning stuff in your Twitter feed, your Twitter updates that are different than, hey, I'm going to the mall, or just had dinner here, or check out this picture of me at Chick-fil-A breakfast. I tend to do a lot of that, but I try and also build in a lot of other things as well. So make sure you use content. And then the last 3 things for my tips are search tools, Twitter search and TweetGrid. you can search anything you want. I searched a lot about shirts when I first started iwearyourshirt.com, so I would follow people who were talking about buying shirts, or you know, maybe they were using Threadless or something like that. It was an interesting way for me to get involved with those people, and I could reply them or direct message them and say, hey, have you heard about my website? Phone apps, Twitter phone, Twitterberry. I use Twitter phone. Right now they're working through, I think, some kinks, some errors, but it's a great app so far. Keeps me up to date on everybody. I check it religiously. And to manage Twitter, so there's TweetLater and TweetDeck. I've used TweetDeck a little bit. It's a whole desktop app. It's great. It's interesting. It gets a little overwhelming at times and kind of keeps you from your day-to-day tasks. So if you don't want to get overwhelmed with Twitter updates and direct messages and replies and creating groups, I would steer clear of TweetDeck. But TweetLater is interesting because you can set it to auto-follow people who follow you if you want to amass a following like I do. Or if you want to get a list of people who @reply you so that you can see who's talking about you, it'll generate an email. And I love this because I can get an email every couple hours. If there's 20 @replies, I can check all of those out. I can @reply to those people individually and try and space it out so that it's not a huge long list. But it's a great service to check out, free. All these things are free. And so get on Twitter, create a username, follow @iwearyourshirt, create a following of your own, start talking to your customers, meet some new potential customers. Be sure to check out Pervasive Data Solutions. Good to have them for 2 days. And goodbye, Co-Ed Monkey. This is it. Everyone say goodbye to the monkey. Bye, Co-Ed Monkey. You can keep trusting the monkey.
Just because they're gone doesn't mean you can't trust them. Get some t-shirts made. coedmonkey.com, go!